Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Continuing reading the commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita by Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda ji. We are in the 7th chapter. This is our 84th post. Starting shloka number 8 of the 7th chapter. In the previous shloka, Lord said, He is the Sutradhar. He holds all the Apara Prakriti intact as a cord holds the pearl in a necklace. Lord is the common factor in everything. He explains the same idea in the next two verses. Verse number 8. रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषुः. Rasa, sapidity, aham, I, apsu, in water, Kaunteya, son of Kunti, Prabha, light, asmi, am I, Shashi Surya Yoho, in the moon and the sun, Pranavah, the syllable Om, Sarva Vedeshu, in all the Vedas, Shabda, sound, Khe, in ether, Paurusham, virility, Nrushu, in men. I am the sapidity in water, O son of Kunti. I am the light in the moon and the sun. I am the syllable Om in all the Vedas, sound in ether, and virility in men. Shloka number 9. Punyo Gandha Prithivyam cha Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu Tapaschaasmi tapasvishu. Punyah, sweet, Gandha, fragrance, Prithivyam, in the earth, Cha, and Tejah, brilliance, Cha, and Asmi, am, Vibhavasau, in fire, Jivanam, life, Sarvabhuteshu, in all being, Tapaha, austerities, Cha, and Asmi, and I, Tapasvishu, in the austere. I am the sweet fragrance in the earth, and the brilliance in the fire, the life in all beings, and I am austerity in the austere. How the Supreme Self could be the thread upon which the pearls consisting of individual plurality are strung together to become the necklace of the harmonious universe is described in these two stanzas. It has been already said, my higher Prakriti, that is, the principle of consciousness, is the womb of all beings, and that beyond me there is nothing. What is eternal factor which is common in every one and yet not readily perceptible to all could be is the doubt that has been cleared here. That which remains in a substance from the beginning to the end, constantly, and without which the thing cannot ever maintain its identity, is called its dharma. Like for a common example is the sweetness in the sugar, which is the law of being. The examples of sapidity in water, radiance in the sun and the moon, Om in all Vedas, sound in Akasha, sweet smell in the earth, luminosity in fire, manhood in man, and austerity in the austere, all clearly indicate that the self is that which gives each individual phenomenon its own existence. In short, as the stanza declares, the self is the life in all beings. Swarupa of that object is the one he is talking. As more vivid example for grosser intellects, the Lord gives the following set of examples. Few more examples Krishna gives in verse number 10. बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम्. Bijam, seed, Mam, me, Sarvabhutanam, of all beings, Vidhi, no, Partha, O Partha, Sanatanam, eternal, Buddhi, intelligence, Buddhimatam, of the intelligent, Asmi, am I, Tejaha, splendor, Tejasvinam, of the splendid, Aham, I. Know me, O Partha, as the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. The splendor of the splendid things and beings am I. Not satisfied with above enumeration, which can truly indicate its full significances only to those who have a fairly good amount of subtle intelligence, the Lord is compelled to indicate the same truth through some other more obvious examples. He says in the stanza, I am the ancient seed of all beings. Not as satisfied again with this statement as an artist would mix more colors afresh and paint again and again to bring out his theme more vividly to the perception of the onlookers, Bhagwan here gives two more beautiful instances by which we can get an insight into the relationship between the gross perceivable matter and the imperceptible spirit. I am the intellect of the intelligent. The intelligent man constantly expresses a greater amount of divinity in his thoughts and ideas. In that intelligent man, the self is the intelligence, that subtle power because of which the individual is capable of manifesting such brilliant intelligence. Similarly, it is also said that the self is that which beams out through the beautiful and the energetic. In other words, through the instrument of our intellect, it is the consciousness in us that expresses itself as an intelligent individual. As a parallel, we can say that electricity is the light in the bulb, is the heat in the heater, is the music in the radio. Yet, another example is given in the following shloka number 11. बलं बलवतामस्मि कामरागविवर्जितं धर्माविरुद्धो भूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ. Balam, strength. Balavatam, of the strong. Asmi, am I. Kama raga vivarjitam, devoid of desire and attachment. Dharma viruddha, unopposed to dharma. Bhuteshu, in beings. Kamaha, desire. Bharatarshabha, O Lord of the Bharatas, Asmi, am I. Of the strong, I am the strength, devoid of desire and attachment, and in all beings I am the desire, unopposed to dharma, O best among the Bharatas. Having thus served with different examples the seekers of the average intelligence and the dullest, here in this stanza, the Lord is trying to indicate the eternal self to the most intelligent students who have the capacity to do subtle reflection upon such philosophical ideologies. I am the strength in the strong. This statement is evidently as easy of comprehension as the example given in the previous stanza. But the statement outshines the above set of examples when here Krishna gives the phrase qualifying balam. Generally, an individual expresses his might and strength only when he is goaded by his desire or his attachments. Without these two inner urgencies, that is, desire and attachment, it is impossible for us to see any expression of might or strength. Desire, which is kama, and attachment, raga, are generally considered by students of the Vedic literature as almost synonymous. But Shankara, in his commentary, has very thoughtfully given us the distinction between these two powerful impulses. He says, Kama is desire for what is absent at present in the scheme of our life, and Raga is affection for what one has obtained. These are the two emotions lashed up by which individuals or communities or societies or nations generally come to express their might and strength, balam. Riots and agitations, battles and wars are all ever motivated by these two sources. In the subtle definition of the self, the Lord here brings a new line of thought for the contemplation of the seeker. He says, the self is not merely the strength in the strong, but I am the strength devoid of desire and attachment. As though not satisfied with his own definition, Lord gives yet another example. I am desire in the being unopposed to dharma. We have already explained the term dharma as the law of being, that is, its own swarupa, its nature. The essential factor in man is the divine consciousness. All actions, thoughts, and ideas entertained by him, which are not opposed to the essence of his divine nature, constitute his dharma. All actions and thoughts and ideas entertained by him, which are not opposed to the essence of his divine nature, constitute his dharma. All actions and thoughts that hasten the evolution of man to rediscover his essential divine nature are considered righteous action, while all activities of the mind and intellect that take him away from his true divine nature and make him behave as though he was an animal and degrade him in his evolutionary status are called unrighteous behavior or adharma. With this understanding of the term dharma, the second line of the stanza becomes very clear. All desires that are not unrighteous for the being means, therefore, the glorious urge in the evolvers to meet courageously their own inner weaknesses and bring out a complete consummation of their evolutionary urge to seek and to discover the goal of self perfection. This is the subtle power that is indicated here. The Lord says that I am not the sadhaka, but I am in him. His burning aspiration to discover and become one with the immutable self. Now, next question is, by the above examples, does it mean that the spirit has been really captured and jailed in the matter? How can the limited limit the unlimited? Because consciousness is all pervading. How can you limit the consciousness in your body mind complex only? That we will take up in the next session. Thank you for listening. Hari Om.